Well, 1,400 have now died in devastating floods in South Asia. Aid agencies say it's the worst monsoon season in years. More than 40 million people have been affected in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Nepal. Appeals have been launched for rescue and aid, but experts say the situation could get worse. Well, let's speak to Francis Markus now, who's a spokesman for the International Federation of the Red Cross and the Red Crescent Societies. Good to speak to you, Francis. So you're just back from the trip to the south of the country. Tell us more about the humanitarian situation in Nepal because of the current wave of floods.
Well, it's still a very, very terrible situation which the people affected by these floods are enduring. The disaster is far from over for them. Many of them we saw were sort of camped out in tents or under tarpaulins in baking heat with often heavy rain still. And those who have managed to go back to what's left of their homes have often found them kind of still waterlogged and all their very meager possessions swept away. So people are in urgent need of support, obviously with shelter, because they can't stay in these temporary accommodations for long.
And also, what about the international humanitarian aid, though? Is it enough to meet the needs of the affected people?
Well, there's going to be a great need for support in terms of shelter, as I was saying, and also in terms of health to prevent the spread of diseases. And one of the critical issues is going to be in the longer term that so much of people's farmland and people's livelihoods have been destroyed that they will need a lot of help to get back on their feet again and sort of somehow be able to feed their families after this huge blow to their lives.
And what about the government's response? I mean, are the authorities there equipped enough to deal with such disasters?
Well, it's important to realize that Nepal is one of the poorest countries in the world, and it is still in the process of reconstruction after the earthquake. And so this is another very serious blow to the country's economic fortunes, if you like, and it is going to be very heavily reliant on international support in order to somehow help people cope with this fresh disaster so that they can somehow restore some kind of normalcy to their lives.
Well, thank you, Francis Markus, for that insight.